We're on.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
One, two. Testing 1 2 3. 1 2 3. 1 2. Testing. This is Craig. Mike left. Mike. 1 2 3.
Testing 1 2 3. Right, Mike. Testing 1 2 3. Right, Mike. This is Steve.
Perfect. Good man.
And we begin tonight's proceedings at Summer Street on a sombre note after the passing of Gotche Gruevski, the Preston Lions goalkeeper coach, former national team player for the Macedonian national team as a goalkeeper in his day. Sadly, passed away this week. A player, a football person, a passionate football person, gone too soon. Our condolences to all of Gotche's family and everyone at the Preston Lions. Now, all is in readiness here as we prepare to kick off proceedings in round 8 of NPL Victoria under the Friday night lights of Summer Street. It's the Melbourne Knights looking to consolidate their place in the top 6, while winless Altona will be buoyed by the confidence from their stoppage time comeback of last Saturday night. Thanks for joining us for this one. My name is Steve Curtin. Looking forward to bringing you all tonight's action. And alongside me in the commentary box. Welcome to the mic and greetings to you, Craig Filer.
Good evening, Steve. Good evening, listeners. Hope everybody's well. And sad news there about the Preston Lions goalkeeping coach. And as Steve said, thoughts and condolences to everybody at Preston Lions. Looking forward to this one tonight, Steve. It's my first time commentating here at Summer Street, and it's a fantastic view. Pitch looks superb. I had a walk on it earlier on, and it really is a superb pitch. So looking forward to a great game.
Good stuff, mate. Craig's actually been here since 3 o'clock this afternoon. He's been that excited. He's been out on the pitch having a kick. So the team news for the Melbourne Knights, there's no change for Steve Bebich's side that had a 2-2 draw last Friday night with Oakley, while for Altona Magic and their manager Nick Kovacevic has made 2 changes as we've got kick-off here, and we'll just go through those 2 changes for you now, and you'll be able to see him on your picture now. Charlie Fry, he's come into the starting lineup. He's lining up at right wing back, and Jamie Pisevsky has also come into the team. The 2 players out. Ramazan Tavson-Soglu drops to the bench, and there's no involvement in the squad tonight for Anthony Burt-Gilroy, who's been an ever-present until last week, where he was subbed off in the second half. So just quickly, those lineups for you. The Knights, as we said, no change from last week. 4-4-2 in goal, Thomas Manos. In defence, Lockie Weir, Trevor Zvetslut, Aidan Bryce and Nicholas Glavan. Across the midfield, Gian Albano, Anthony Duzel, James McGarry and Trevor Semakula. And up top, it's Caleb Mikulich and Alan Webb, as we've got a chance almost for the Knights already. And Altona can come away. For Altona, Chris Oldfield in goal. Back 3, Jamie Pisevsky, Troy Ruthven and Ross Archibald, the skipper. The wing-backs are Michael Lee and Charlie Fry. In the centre of the park, the new signing Harrison Reeves, who had an outstanding game last week, joined by Vince Leah in there. And in attack, Nicholas Sete, Harry Noon and Chris Lucas. Melbourne Knights currently in possession in their home kit of the red, white and blue. They're playing from the right to the left of your screen here at Summer Street. And Altona's on the break here, and a flag goes up early, though, for Harry Noon, who'd moved too soon. And bright opening in this one, Craig. A bit of end-to-end action already to entertain the attendance.
Yeah, absolutely, Steve. No, very early, clear plan for Altona Magic is to get the ball in behind the Knights' defence as soon as they possibly can, and back that up with the pace of Nick Sete and the new signing Harrison Reeves. But yeah, good start. Ball's in play, and it's moving around quite nicely, Steve.
Now, Charlie Fry, the man, we've seen him play mainly in his Altona career as a centre half. Well, he's having a run now at right wing back.
Yeah, a bit of a strange move tonight, because you've got Bruce Ruthven. Yeah, Troy Ruthven. Sorry, no, so brother of Bruce. Bryce. Sorry, Troy is playing as a centre back tonight, which is an unusual position for him to be taking up.
That's right. I think Bruce must be the third brother. He might be another reality TV show on your screens during the year, perhaps. We'll have to wait and see on that one.
Hope not.
And maybe football-related reality TV show. As Altona Magic just throwing in their defensive half. First time I've seen them in their all-white kit. They've played 6 consecutive home games. Didn't manage to get a win in any of them, unfortunately, for the Magic. And for the first time since round 1, they're in their white kit. I guess that saves on laundry. Be a fair bit of nappy sand required after a few slide tackles with this uniform. As Ruthven on the ball, sharing it with Archibald. Looking for options further up the field, including Nicholas Sete, who's floated out to the right-hand position. We've largely seen him this season operating on the left. He started on the right at the moment. And there's a foul given there, and Lockie Weir raised the boot, and he's actually appealing for the raised boot, and he gets the free kick, and he'll get us back underway with Trevor Zvetslut combining here, and Duzel. And good position here for Melbourne Knights. Trevor Semakula playing it through. Can't quite find one of the 3 attacking options he had. As we said, Gian Albano starting from the left mid position, but he loves to join into that front 2 and make it into a front 3 when he can. And we'll see tonight how Altona go playing out. It's been a feature of the Knights game this season, as Svetslut makes the defensive touch there just to put Chris Lucas off enough to force him at least to shoot from a wider position there. And it was easily mopped up by Thomas Manos. It's the skipper, Aidan Bryce. In the long sleeves tonight, the old Melbourne Knights long sleeves kit, one of the cult items, must-haves if you're a retro or a football kit fanatic in Melbourne. Now, here come the Knights looking to play through the lines again. Ball for Mikulic, looking to take on Ruthven. Little ball through for the overlapping Weir. Fancy footwork from Weir, squares it up. And chance, his handball is the call. It was Duzal that caused havoc in the penalty area, and Altona survived.
Yeah, look, I think it would have been a difficult one to give that when we were directly in line with that, and the referee didn't have a good sight of it, Steve. So, of course, he can't give something that he didn't see. So, corner it is to Melbourne Knights with the in-swinger on the left-hand side as you're looking at the screen.
So it looks like just reaching out the window to have a look. Looks like Albano lining up this corner kick, puts it into a good area. It's away by Ruthven. McGarry goes back to the right back, which is Glavan. And the Knights develop play down the right-hand side now. Ball gets to the back post. Fry makes the initial clearance, and Leah trying to get around Duzal, and eventually Altona do make the clearance. Chance for Lucas. He's got Zvetslut to beat. Right on the byline. Sete. Leah now. Showed too much of it to Albano. Duzal with the tough tackle. A little bit too tough is our referee John Barrero's decision. And free kick to Altona Magic. Just in their attacking half now. So we'll see what they can do with Ruthven, who looks like wants to take this set piece around to the top of the box.
Yeah, I think clear intent from Knights, Steve. You know, certainly from what I've seen them a few weeks ago, where they wanted to try and play football and get the ball down, and clearly the new coach has come in and he said, right, none of that. We're just going to get the ball forward as quick as we can, and that's clearly what's happening with Harry Noonan on the ball, in the middle of the park, out to Nick Seta. He's going to do well to keep that in, but he does, and he gets himself. No, he doesn't. It goes the other way off deflection. Back off his shins, and it's a throw into Melbourne Knights deep in their half.
Weir takes the throw. Chatting to Lockie Weir's mum just outside the ground. She is such a football fanatic, following her sons Lockie and
dogs?
Michael around. No dogs tonight.
No dogs?
No dogs. It looks like an animal-free night stadium tonight. I haven't seen the duck yet, and hopefully there's no felines on the field like we saw in Adelaide the other night, which was one of the more hilarious things I've seen on a football ground for a while.
Yes, I did see that. It's been plastered on social media over the last couple of days.
Yeah, I think it's been on repeat. Pasewski playing it forward. He's one of the two players coming into this Altona Magic starting 11 tonight, Jamie Pasewski. Both he and Charlie Fry, the two players coming in. At the moment, they're sitting with the wing-backs pulled back, so they're almost in with a back five. Craig nods his head in agreement.
Yeah, I was just going to say exactly the same thing, Steve. As soon as they've got the Knights have got the ball in their half, it's the wing backs are back in as a back five, and clearly their intent is to not lose the game, Steve. So keep it tight at the back and potentially catch them on the break. That's the way it's looking early on after 3 or 4 minutes of the game gone.
All right, ball forward looking for Webb, but Pasewski, the man we were just speaking about, is first there and doesn't take any chances, just puts it out for a throw-in. Not far from the merchandise stand here at Knight Stadium. It's a little throw-in routine. Alan Webb, McGarry. Out wide again. We'll step over and the ball comes in. Weir. Albano, edge of the area, coming inside. Albano!
Yeah, nice little deflection there off Troy Ruthven, I think, off his knee, I think. I don't think he knew a lot about it, but a block's a block, Steve.
That's right, he put his knee in the right place because that one might well have been heading for the top right-hand corner. Looks pretty good off the boot for half a second there. And Chris Oldfield can take his time to get us back underway. And we'll wait for that next ball where there's trigger for Knights Press to come in. But so far, Altona doing their best to play around it, using the full width of the park there. Charlie Fry with the chalk on his boots. Archibald. Good ball for Sete, and a nice little turn. He's facing forward here, playing in for Lucas, and, well, the two small forwards just weren't quite on the same page there, but still, I think that's encouraging signs for Altona and their manager, Nick Kovacevic. They can still threaten the Melbourne Knights goal, even if they are going to have a predominant amount of men behind the ball. Svetslut looking for Webb, and Archibald goes to ground. Back on his feet now to receive the pass from Ruthven, but the whistle had already gone from Jonathan Barrero. Now, well, we can see from our position here that I think Lucas was offside by a couple of metres there, Craig.
He certainly was, Steve. Yeah, good 5 or 6 metres. But yeah, lovely evening here at Summer Street. There's not a breath of wind, and a good healthy crowd in for what's now becoming a stable Friday night round in the NPL. We're talking to some supporters downstairs earlier on, Steve, and you know, from a perspective of revenue for clubs, it's here, Harry Noon's in here. Oh, he's just caught offside. Sorry. From a revenue point for clubs, Friday night seems to be the best option, and then it obviously allows supporters to go and watch their local teams and put revenue behind the local clubs. So yeah, it's great to see Friday night football, and a beautiful evening for it here tonight.
When the weather's this good, who would argue with that? And Melbourne Knights, after tonight, they've got a further 3 consecutive Friday night games coming up, whether that be away at Green Gully or home here against Dandy City and South. And don't forget, of course, those 2 old foes are going to meet in the Cup as well for the 6th time, or should I say the 4th time in 6 years. And just some conflicting reports in the comments there. Let us know if we do sound okay. We have heard Cash saying that working well, very well sound, good sound perhaps. We have heard Rod. Rod also feels that cannot be heard. So just if you're tuning in, this is a bit of a real life sound check with our audience. But if you are watching, please let us know where you're enjoying this game from. Hello to Brent, who says up the Knights. Hello to James. Believes he's heard a rumour about the Knights signing Hamish Watson. Haven't heard that one, at least not in 2021. Touch for Mikulic. This is Webb. Good block by Harrison Reeves. All the way back to Bryce. And now Glavan. Well, I'm not sure if he was looking for Webb or Semikula there, but neither was able to track down that through ball.
Yeah, I think Knights are going to have to be very patient tonight, Steve. Looking at, as I said, how Magic are set up here with the 5 at the back when they do lose possession of the ball, and Knights are going to have to be patient and try and find those little pockets and little holes that potentially they could make. Obviously, they're at home side, so they're going to be on the front foot. But patience is a virtue, I think, tonight.
Here's Sete looking to run onto this one. He's gone first time, but there's no one at home.
And there's exactly the issue that they're going to have is when the ball does go forward, because they're so transfixed on not conceding at the back, there's nobody in the box. And that's not the first time that's happened in the opening 10 or 15 minutes, Steve.
Well, we saw Sete getting on the ball then again. He had 2 players to beat. He just didn't quite find his way through. Touch by Lucas. It was a good header, and really forced a good save from Thomas Manos, who found the attempt too hot to handle and tipped it around for the first corner kick of the night. So nice header there by Lucas, looking for his first goal in Altona colours, and just about found the top right corner there of Thomas Manos' goal. first attempt on target for the match to the Magic. Now, Sete to take the resulting corner. It's driven in. And he almost got to have a second chance from open play, but he decided to let it run over the byline and have another corner kick. Altona, as we said, still chasing their first win of the season. And they should have some confidence from their comeback performance in stoppage time last week. Now, Sete with the corner again. It's cleared away, and Leah with the speculative, but it's well wide of Thomas Manos's goal. Melbourne Knights sitting in 5th going into tonight's match, looking to consolidate their spot in the top 6. They had such a good start to the season. 3 wins in the first 4 matches saw them top of the league. Position that's now been handed to South Melbourne. And Harry Noon twisting and turning. Harrison Reeves looking to play through heavy traffic here, the Magic. Reeves, the shorter man, won the header. Harrison Reeves, you'll see him, the left-footed central midfielder for Altona Magic. If it's a name you haven't heard before, well, he was playing at Banyule in State 1 only a couple of weeks ago, made the switch across to Paisley Park, debuted last week, and for me, he was man of the match, scoring one of the goals in their comeback, and had a big game in the heart of midfield against Dandenong City. He has got a bit of experience overseas as well. He's had stints at Bristol City and in Ireland at Galway United. He's a diminutive figure, but he does pack a punch. Now, the Knights on the charge here, and Archibald had to be alert to that one. And eventually Oldfield mops up. It was a good bit of play down the right-hand side, Trevor Semakula. And Altona's looking to come straight back. Here's Lucas looking for Sete. Sete. Oh, he's turned it over again there. And the Knights give it straight back and have another chance. Nicola Sete, low ball in.
That's a great ball. That's a fantastic ball.
The quality on that ball, Craig.
Fantastic ball. It's what you want from your wings, you know, putting those balls into those areas that goalkeepers don't know whether to come, whether to stay. But it was a fantastic ball in, and a great effort from Magic.
So at the moment, Magic looking just about better odds on for a goal, which was not something we expected going into the game tonight.
No, it's interesting, Steve, isn't it? You have a change of coach, and all of a sudden things start to look up. They've certainly looked a very, very decent side in the first 20 minutes.
Now, Ruthen with the powerful one. It was blocked by Lockie Weir. And Glavin gets there first and manages to escort that one over for a Altona Magic throw, to be taken by Michael Lee, who's operating as the wing-back on that far side for Altona, on their left-hand side.
Yeah, comment here on the rumour of Hamish Watson signing. James Baxter has commented that Dandy Thunder have signed Hamish Watson.
Luke, just for a moment, Lucas there, blast that one over. He had a good opportunity on his left peg there, and he leant back and he just put it past the top left corner, Craig. It was a pretty decent effort. So another shot in anger fired by the Magic. But as you were saying, Hamish Watson.
Yeah, Hamish Watson looks as if he's signed for Dandy Thunder, according to James Baxter. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Big hello to Joanne Bryce, Bryce's family in Newcastle there in New South Wales. So and we've also got somebody from Nigeria watching in, Steve, tonight.
Fantastic. Well, it is the global game. It is the world game. And, well, hopefully that doesn't cause too much sorrow after the news this week about the world game on a popular TV network that we grew up with in Australia.
Yeah, that's not good, that, is it? When one of your staple football programs comes to an end after such a long time.
Now here's the ball from Webb, and it was drilled in, and he had McGarry there just on the top of the 6. But the power of that cross was, well, impressive, but also it was well held by Chris Oldfield. He's looking to get his second clean sheet of the season tonight, and he has the most clean sheets in the NPL Victoria, or the NPL era, history, which admittedly does only date back to 2014, but if you're looking for clean sheets since then, here's your man. This is Pasevsky. Harrison Reeves. Great twist off there in the middle of the park. Ruthven in pressure from Semakula. And no nonsense from Oldfield. Sends it straight to his bench. Svetslut. Where comes inside to Duzel. Ball forward for Semakula, and he's done pretty well there. Maintains possession. McGarry, glove on. And Ruthven steps out of the defensive line to win the ball back. So a real midfield struggle so far. The best of the chances that have come to the away side. And Weir does well to keep that one in just in front of us. McGarry looking for Albano. Clever touch, Albano, and he can put Alan Webb in here, and Alan Webb is roaring for a goal. Alan Webb, and, well, Jamie Pasevsky there. He's starting as the left of the back three, but he got across to cover for his other two defenders. That was pretty good, Craig.
Yeah, you would have put your house on him scoring that one, Steve, but great defending. Got across really well from the left-hand side. Stuck a foot out, and it's a corner to Melbourne Knights.
So we're looking for Albano to take the corner. It's quite low. And Ruthven repels that attack. Albano again. McGarry, fresh off his goal last week. Duzel. Glavin can pick his pass here. The cross by Bryce is away by Archibald. And Vince Leah made the challenge and managed to win the ball, but send himself about 6 foot into the sky and gets up holding his back. Well, in fact, he's still sitting on the floor. Here's the 36-year-old. It's just a bit of a lull comes across Knight Stadium as the players pause to take a breath. And Altona get us moving again.
Yeah, well played.
Ruthven there carving his way through the press. Vince Leo looks like he's dusted himself off from that fall before, after he managed to set himself into the night sky here at Summers Street. So a bit of a switch in the last couple of weeks for Troy Ruthven. He's been playing in that holding midfield role next to Vince Leo all season. Now he's gone into play in that role in the heart of a back three. He's the player with the most NPL era appearances and goals for Altona Magic. 7 goals, a lot of them from the spot kicks. Duzel, he's got a bit of space out here for Lockie Weir, brings it down with the chest nicely. This is Albano, and Albano and Fry both go to ground. Ball goes across the 6-yard box. No one got a touch.
Yeah, again, another fantastic ball into that danger area where the goalkeeper doesn't know whether to come or stay. And great ball, but just not anybody in there that can get the end touch to it. But Good play there again from Melbourne Knights, switching it from side to side. Lockie Weir overlapping here on the left-hand side, and we know that he's got a fantastic left foot on him, and could certainly deliver those killer passes. And what's the reason for Rutherford coming back to centre back, Steve? Any ideas behind that?
Well, all I can say is we're trying to accommodate the arrival of Harrison Reeves into midfield, and the midfield has operated differently. You noticed it last week with Reeves in there, and he's on the ball now. Here he goes, yeah. Harrison Reeves looking offside to play in Chris Lucas, who I believe will be, and he is flagged offside. Good call by our two assistant referees tonight, Puya Gadarian and Almir Asipi. Now, as I was just saying, Craig, you hear a lot these days about having a good left-footed centre-back in your defensive line, as they can speed up the passage of play, bringing it out from the back and that sort of thing. Last week, the way that he was able to accelerate the play when playing balls down the left, particularly when Jonas Markowski came on and played down that left flank later in the game, was impressive. And I think that's just an extra dimension. You don't really hear about that so much, but the left-footed centre mid could be, maybe just as valuable as the left-footed centre back. Yeah, maybe. Look, yeah, absolutely. It's really important they have that. Left and right-footed players who can play both. But he can certainly spray the ball, as he's just done a 40-yard ball to the chest of. I'm not sure who that was actually. Charlie Fry, actually, yeah. But yeah, look at whether it's just legs in the middle of the park. Certainly, they're playing more dynamic in the middle park, because you've got two very similar players in Vince Layer and Troy Rutherford in the middle of the park. Then now you've got Reeves gone in there, who's got a little bit more pace and is perhaps a little bit more agile. Maybe that's part of the process, but he's also got the experience there. So having his experience there at the back alongside the other defenders who've also got a lot of experience will hopefully do them well. Lucas with the touch, and Reeves can't get onto it. And you notice Reeves in the number 6 jersey tonight. That was 24 he was wearing last week. As the Knights are on the attack, and Albano over the bar. That was a chance. A second side-on goal for Albano. The first one partially blocked. That one just got a little bit under that one. Yeah, it was a definite chance. Just got, as you said, Steve, got under the ball and it's gone out into the car park. I just hope it hasn't hit my car in the far corner. But yeah, another good opportunity for Knights. That's 2 or 3 they've had now in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Knights again. I was just going to say that's come from a loose ball in the middle of the park, and as I said it, another loose pass comes from Magic into midfield, and Knights are onto it straight away, and all of a sudden Knights Magic are back on the back foot again. And a great ball in from Lockie Weir, and it's a shot that's gone over the bar. Well, Webb on the volley there, looking dangerous. The quality on the ball from Lockie Weir was excellent, from the former North Geelong Warrior, Queensland-born left fullback. And he's been looking good since he came into the starting lineup for the Knights a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, he's got a great left peg. He's got good energy as well, so he can get up and down this left-hand touchline. But give him the opportunity to put that ball in the box, and he'll certainly put a great ball in there, as we've seen. A couple of comments there on the feed, Steve, about the crowd here tonight. Obviously from some Preston supporters. Expected per crowd of 4,000 tomorrow. Nick Antoniewski is saying so. They've certainly had a fair few people go through those turnstiles up at Preston in the last couple of weeks, Steve. They sure have, Craig. They've been impressive numbers, and almost too high to fairly measure against, because they've been absolutely phenomenal. Isn't it fantastic? It's great to see that. It's fantastic. Footage of that winning goal last week against the Victory Youth boys up at BT Connor. Yeah. It's if you're a football diehard, it really warms the heart. And trouble here is Semakul has won the ball back. He's got Webb in support. If Alan Webb can get the touch, Alan Webb tucks it away for the Melbourne Knights. Great work by Semakula, sets up Webb, and the finish was all Claft. He was able to just pitch that one with a pitching wedge straight over Chris Oldfield, and there was nothing he could do to stop that.
Great goal, great finish, great play by Semakula in the middle of the park there to pick up again another loose pass. So, we talked about it just now, Stephen. That's 3 or 4 now within the space of 5 minutes where they're trying to get the ball in the middle of the park, lose it, and Knights have capitalised. So whether that's something that the Knights coaching team have picked up on, but certainly something that Magic need to be very mindful of. But a great finish from Webb there.
Well, the Knights winning the ball high up the park with their pressing style, which they brought to NPL Victoria this season, was always going to be a feature of tonight's game, and it was probably a matter of if Altona Magic could negate it or at least get away with it. Well, they haven't got away with this one, and then once again Altona find themselves a goal down and having to come from behind in this fixture here.
That certainly lifted the Knights supporters down below us here, Steve, in the commentary box.
They have found voice as Altona looking for the quick reply. I'm sure Steve Bebich's side will look to just lock down the defensive line for the moment and make sure that there is no instant response and they can get through to half-time with this lead intact as we've gone around half an hour here. And Altona do have the free kick, and it's going to be that man again, Troy Ruthven, to take the set piece. And there's some tall timber in there now, Charlie Fry, Ross Archibald, etc. And Archibald was the man, and he flew through the sky there and got a header. Nearly went over the net behind the goal, though. Yeah,
it was a hell of a header. But great finish there from Webb. He certainly knows where the goal is. And a fellow Welshman as well, Steve. There seems to be quite a few good Welsh strikers in the NPL at the moment, with Chris Davis of Preston Lions also a Welshman. So obviously flying the flag for motherland.
There you go. It's good to see as that ball just skips over Glavan's foot, and his chance just goes begging there for Harry Noon. He had quite a bit of time there, maybe too much time, Craig.
He had too much time, Steve. I think he was caught. He was looking to get whether to get the ball in the box, and probably should have taken it on. To be honest with you, he's got the skill and the ability to be able to beat men in there. And I would have thought he would have taken it on and then perhaps put it into the far corner. But a wasted opportunity has gone high, wide, and not so very handsome, Steve.
That's right. Well, we saw this last week with Altona against Dandenong City. It's a similar situation where Altona made the most of the attacking opportunities in every way except for converting them, and they were hit on the break pretty much by Dandenong City with a goal in each half and had to stage a miraculous comeback in stoppage time after a position they shouldn't really have been in the first place, perhaps.
No. But they've been in that situation far too many times in the opening rounds of this year's tournament, Steve, and certainly that goal would have hurt them because they were certainly in a game until that moment. But again, as I said, they gave the ball away too many times in the middle of the park, and you can't do that at this level. You get penalised.
Sete's corner. Pasewski had the chance there. I think it's one of those ones where
come at him too quick, I think. Yeah.
Especially when you're a defender.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't get many chances when you're a defender, and just a little ball just drops for you on your left foot like that.
Yeah, we like him in the air, Steve.
It's gone in a flash.
Yeah, us defenders like it in the air, and we're not good on the floor. We're not good on the floor. Score update from Brenton Ray. Thanks, Brenton, for letting us know. Port Melbourne Sharks 1-0 up over Avondale at JL Murphy Reserve. So an early goal there for Port Melbourne, who started the season off really well, Steve.
They have. They are always a team that's hard to predict. They're certainly good at finding their way to safety, but not necessarily finals. So we'll see how the season pans out for them. But they did have a very high-scoring game the other week on the Wednesday night before Easter. The goals were flying in for the Sharks. Touch here from Mikulic, and Pasewski does the defending. Semakula plays the ball through, but there's no one home to find it, except for Archibald. He's turned it over here for McGarry. Webb, Craig's favourite Welshman of the night. Duzel and McGarry. Good spell of possession for the Knights. Lockie Weir looks to drive forward. Great ball for Albano. It's into the box. What can he do? Good defending, Charlie Fry. He was equal to the challenge there.
Yeah, they're moving it about really nice. Nice, Steve. They're moving it from left to right, trying to find the pockets of space out here on the left-hand side for Lockie Weir to work his magic. And ball comes into the box, and it's cleared away by Petrevsky, I think. And it starts again. Everybody from magic behind the balls, Steve. You know, obviously trying to keep that ball out the goal, but it hasn't done them too good at the moment as they're losing the game 1-0, and we're in the.
I think we're in the 35th minute. We've just got a bit of static on our screen at the moment here. It must have hit an internet black spot here on the Quarry side of Knight Stadium. And we've got a slight injury delay here, so we will just go through and look towards maybe the second half and confirm the players that the sides have got on the bench available for the Knights. Their substitutes include goalkeeper Harry Chakaroon, youngster Jack Marth, Nikola Jurkovic. Matthew Breeze makes a return to the bench tonight. We haven't seen him in the squad for a little while. He does, of course, commute from Bendigo for these matches. Daniel Petrov, another one on the bench for Altona Magic. We did mention earlier Ramazan Tavson-Soglu, who's been a regular lately since about round 3. He drops to the bench tonight. John McShane came on and scored last week. Well, he's hoping to do that again today. David Trajanowski. Jonas Markowski came on and got 2 assists last week. And their sub-keeper, Matthew Christina.
Yeah, he just talked about, Matthew Breeze, I think it is, that comes from Bendigo. We talk about Friday night games and, how nice it is as supporters to get out and see Friday night games, have a drink, and, you've got the rest of the weekend. But from a player's point of view, I know players hate it, Steve, because, the majority of these guys will be working. Some of them will be up at stupid o'clock in the morning, and then, have to prepare themselves, for a game. And it's really hard at this level to try and to get the balance right between, working, eating, sleeping, and then obviously trying to play in the second best league in Australia in the evening. So fair play to the boys; they do a great job.
That's a good call, Craig. Just because they're not a full-time professional brigade doesn't mean that those things aren't important. Because of course, in this day and age, every little bit counts to maximise your performance. And we're just speaking about Matthew Breeze. Well, would you believe it? He is currently undergoing some warm-ups on the far side, and he's going to come on, and it looks like Alan Webb's going to go off through injury. So there you go. Matthew Breeze runs a vegan cafe in Bendigo. So, as you said, early mornings. Well, if you're working in the hospitality industry, particularly caffeine-related industry, you're going to be getting up fairly early.
Yeah, and as I said, it's trying to get that balance with your food. At what times do you eat? When do you not eat? Etc. What fuel do you get inside you? It's very difficult.
Well, Matthew Breeze has turned vegan since he suffered a nasty injury earlier in his career, and that's the inspiration behind his cafe in Bendigo. And now, from Bendigo to Summer Street, he enters the field of play here, and so the early substitution is complete. So bad news for Alan Webb, but he does have a goal to celebrate to remember tonight, even though he only got a short appearance. Yeah,
just looking on the far side there, looks as if it's a hammy. They got some ice there, and they're doing some exercises with the back of his leg there. So not good for Alan Webb. It's never nice to have a hammy, but hopefully it's nothing too serious, and he can be back next week. Because the Knights need him, Steve. They need him up front. He's a big part of what this club is this season.
Well, they do need him, and he's the top scorer. He's already scored 4 goals this season from the 8 matches that he's been involved in, which is a great return. Now here's Harrison Reeves. Great ball into the box, and Noon was the target. Leah can't get his shot away on the volley, and as the first touch for Matthew Breeze. As Altona look to recycle possession and rebuild. Here comes Sete, looking to get around Weir. It's a good low ball in. Beats everybody somehow. Leah. Reeves. Pressure from Duzel. Still he goes, Reeves. What a run that was. And wins the free kick.
Yeah, he's very tricky, isn't he? He's got a great little left peg there. His balance, low centre of gravity, and his balance is fantastic. So, yeah, well played, young man.
Yeah, he would be an absolute nightmare to tackle. You'd be throwing out of the leg, he'd be already gone. And good position for this free kick. And, well, we've seen Noon take a number of free kicks for Altona Magic in the direct power technique, but it looks like we're going to see Ruthven with the curler.
Yep, if he can get this on target, he's got an opportunity, because he can hit a fantastic free kick, Steve. So yeah, Ruthven over with it now. I'm not sure that towards 10 metres, Steve, but referee deems it to be. So can he get it up and over? Ruthven with it. Yeah, he steps up and straight into the wall. Poor free kick that from man of his experience. And here we go. There's your defender with a shot from outside the box, Steve, that's gone back over the bar again.
Yeah, well, Michael Lee let rip there after the initial shot from Ruthven was blocked. I think we had a comment from James before. He said you get 2 or 3 points in rugby for that effort. I think he was referring to the earlier Archibald header that almost cleared the trees behind the goal at the northern end of the ground. That shot from Michael Lee was no different. Manos goes long. Harrison Reeves again. And craftiness from Sete. He gets the ball again.
Yeah, he's certainly a player in the middle of the park, Harrison Reeves, who if anybody's going to be able to conjure up something, it's going to be him in the middle of the park here. He's very clever. He's finding some great little pockets of space in between the lines of Melbourne Knights, and certainly looking to play some great football in there. Nick Sete has managed to wriggle past his defender. Is he going to be able to get the ball in or get something out of this with a couple of minutes to go? And it's well defended from Knights.
Yeah, a good bit of defending by Trevor Svetslut. He was dragged out of the centre half role, but over there in left back, he just showed he was just as capable of winning that tackle. And Charlie Fry will take the throw. It's Harry Noon looking to bring it down. There's a sea of red and white around him, though. So we're talking about Harrison Reeves earlier. There's one thing I've noticed is that he hasn't been afforded the same amount of space that he was given by Dandenong City last week. I'm pretty sure that Steve Bevic and his coaching team, Diogo Ferreira and co, they've done their homework. They saw his performance last week as a bit of jesting going on here in front of us. All in good humour.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Archibald's header.
Yeah, just going back to your comment then about Charlie Fry here on the right hand side, Steve. It looks as if when he gets forward, they certainly double up on him, and they don't allow him any time on the ball. So obviously, as you said, Steve Babbage has seen that and wants to put a stop to that straight away as Ruthven gets the ball, and it's all the way back to Oldfield.
Oldfield goes long. Aidan Bryce wins the header. Has to go again. And Reeves has been charged as the guilty party there. And no one gone into the book yet tonight, so it's a match that has been played in very good spirits by the two Western Suburbs clubs. Albano gets it under control, but showed too much of it to Fry. Wins the free kick against Sete.
And I think the referee actually just thought about, you must have heard your comment then, Steve, because I think he was just about to pull his card out. He had a good long think about whether it was a card or not, but managed to keep it in his pocket, thankfully. And as you said, there's no yellow cards, but it hasn't been. Oh, it's a great shot from Samakula there, and it's forced a save from Chris Oldfield, and it's a late corner for Melbourne Knights, Steve.
Yeah, good effort there. It nearly caught everyone off guard. Luckily for Altona, it didn't catch Chris Oldfield off guard. So, late in the half, a chance for the Knights from the corner kick. Trevor Svetsloot looked like he got some part of his body on that one. This is McGarry. Lockie Weir. That's a delightful ball out there for Glavan. In fact, it's Duzel. Low ball in. Caleb Mikulic. Breeze. And McGarry's first time pass is a good one. It looks like Albano, who's floated from the left out onto the right for the moment, and he's been flagged offside. But the first time pass was a good idea.
Just coming into the last couple of minutes of the first period here, Steve. We're just waiting for the fourth official to put up his board. I believe there will be a minute of extra time. There hasn't been any stoppages, and that's a forearm smash into Breeze. I'm not sure that was the way it was supposed to have gone. I think that might have gone the other way. But as I said, it is a 1 minute extension to the half, Steve, and a long free kick, and it's way offside.
There you go. Fourth official tonight, Martin Masulkowski, holding the board aloft. 1 minute seems about right. We've had one goal and one substitution. 30 seconds for each. That's 1 minute, and then time for everyone to get to the bar.
Yes, please, Steve. I'll have a Corona. Is that a no? I'll take it as a no. I've thrown you there, haven't I?
Yeah, I've got three different things going through my mind now. Through my mind. So there you go. How about that?
How many minds have you got?
Oh,
Steve.
There you go. Not good. Not good. It must be nearly time for a beer there. As we approach half-time, Melbourne Knights, 1 goal to the good hit. Alan Webb, the scorer. And has unfortunately been substituted through injury midway through the first half. It was Alan Webb with the goal. Well set up by Trevor Semaquila after the Knights won the ball high up the field. Before that, it was Altona, who did create several chances of their own, but not clinical enough to put any of them away or test out Melbourne Knights goalkeeper Thomas Manos enough. Craig, any final thoughts on that first half?
Look, great game. Great first half of football for both sides. Some fantastic play, some great opportunities. Certainly from a Magic's perspective, they look far more organised than I've seen them in the last few games that we've been together, Steve. And from a Knights point of view, losing Webb will be a big miss for them, but it's set up nicely for a great second half.
It sure is. Well, thank you for your company in the first half. We look forward to joining you for the second half of this one from Knights Stadium. In just a few moments, both myself, Steve Curtin, and Craig Filer will be with you for the call.
Okay, just testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just testing. This is Craig, left mic.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Steve on the right mic.
Testing, this is Craig on the left mic. Craig on the left mic. Now switching off.
Testing 1 2. Steve on the right mic. Testing 1 2.
Testing 1 2 3. This is the left mic. I'm now switching it off.
Testing 1 2 3. This is the right mic. I'll now switch it off. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Left mic. Turning it off. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Right mic. Turning it off.
Testing 1 2 3. This is Craig on mic 1. Testing 1 2. Turn it off.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Steve on right mic. Turning off. Welcome back to the second half of this match between Melbourne Knights and Altona Magic here at Knights Stadium. Steve Curtin and Craig Filer with you on the call, and after a solid first half, it's the Melbourne Knights that enjoy a one-goal lead after the break with a 29th minute strike by Alan Webb that was set up by Trevor Semikula after the Knights won the ball back high up the park and hit Altona with, well, at the moment is the killer blow, at least so far in the first half anyway. Altona Magic, they produced their own share of chances, but they were unable to test Melbourne Knights goalkeeper Thomas Manos. The best one was when he was forced to tip around for a corner after a header from Chris Lucas. Craig, what's going to happen in this second half?
Well, I think Magic certainly have to come out a little bit differently. I think, they need to forget, obviously, 5 at the back, but they're not going to go gun-ho. They're going to make sure that they're well organised, but they obviously need to find a goal from somewhere. But I think, with Reeves there in the middle of the park, I think they've got somebody that can perhaps open up. But Magic are very well organised. Knights are very well organised. As the kickoff starts, Steve, and we're into the second half.
We are underway, and hello to Mark in the comments there. Good friend of the Football Out West show. He says, happy 50th, Craig. 50 years young last Saturday there, the man on my left here, Craig Filer.
Yeah, he got that wrong. Take 10 years off that, Steve.
There you go. He's got a rain check. Change that to 40. Okay,
maybe not.
Fair enough. Well, we've all been there. I'm still 30 years old myself. I'll just stick with that. That sounds fair enough. Now, Altona Magic on the ball, but turning it over here. And the man who came on for the goal scorer there, Matthew Breeze, taking the throw in there. He replaced Alan Webb late in the first half there. Alan Webb with the injury. It looks like it's to his hammy. And here's a chance for Duzel. And puts it out wide for Albano. Albano forces a good save out of Oldfield. So a bright start to the second half here for the Knights.
Yeah, come out of the block straight away, Steve, and a good effort from Albano, who's going to now take the in-swinger into the box. Everybody bar Nicolas Sete in the penalty area for Magic. I was going to say it's a poor corner, but obviously one that they've certainly worked on in training, because that was looked like a missed kick, but I don't think it was. I think it was certainly something off the training pitch there, Steve.
Well, it was a cheeky flick at the near post there as well, and if that had gone in, it would have, I think it was Caleb Mikulic on the front of the 6-yard box. If that had gone in, it would have been replayed over and over as that one comes in. It's a header by Archibald, bouncing it around, and Semikula's in there, and Breeze, and Altona do win the free kick there. Oldfield will be able to slow things down and take that, but they were under assault there from the Melbourne Knights attackers who were charging at the goalkeeper there, Chris Oldfield, and his defence, who were camped in their own 6-yard box.
Yeah, just looking around to see whether there's any positional changes, Steve, at half time, but doesn't look like it at this stage. Michael Lee with the ball here, looking for some options inside to the veteran Vince Lear, who plays a ball out wide to Charlie Fry, who comes in on his left peg and looks to get the ball across the pitch, but a wasted pass for me. I think they need to keep the ball a little bit, get some touches on the ball early in the second half, get some confidence, and then look to play rather than looking to play quickly. But again, it goes back to my comment earlier on, Steve, that maybe that's what's got them undone in the first 6 or 7 rounds of the campaign, if they try to play too much football and it's caught them out. So maybe the new coach has come in and said, no, we're not having any of that. It's going to be a little bit more direct.
Well, that could be the case. Has won the ball back, and here come the Knights, and Albano coming through the middle, nearly getting onto that one. The flag might have gone up for offside, but he, alas, didn't get on to the end of that pass anyway. So I guess we'll never know. Vince Lear playing it out wide to Charlie Fry, who's looking to get into more advanced positions as this game goes on. Harrison Reeves looking to turn and take on the Knights. Sprays a nice ball out to Lee. Lee couldn't get past Glovan. McGarry. That's a decent switch for Albano, who's motoring forward down that left flank. He's got Archibald to beat. Low ball in. Mikulic. Good save, and the follow-up. It's Duzel. And, well, I was getting ready to call the goal there, Craig.
Yeah, again, good opportunity for Knights. Didn't realise on, the enforced error again from Knights, which from Magic, sorry, which seems to be the undoing of them, Steve. I think too many times in that first half they gave the ball away in key areas of the pitch, and it allowed Magic to break very, very quickly, and they need to stop doing that. However they do, but that's what's been catching them out at the moment. But good opportunity for Knights.
As you said, the Knights they just look so well organised, and just one slip up, you look like you're set to be punished. But the news from the Altona bench is that there is a large figure putting on the number 9 shirt, preparing to come on. So it must be time for John McShane, as Semakula gets in and Lee does well enough there. So John McShane, well, just as I've said that, looks like he's put his jacket back on, Craig.
Yeah, looks that way, Steve.
Staging, trying to fool everyone.
Yeah, maybe fooled you, didn't it?
Sure did.
So I think he's getting warm. So look, they're certainly not going to put somebody on when they're defended a corner, but I think it will be a positional change. I think they need to be, as I said earlier on, they're going a little bit more direct, and he will certainly have that presence in a forward line, Steve.
Now, Albano went to take the corner, but the whistle had already gone. We've got an Altona Magic player who has gone to ground here in the penalty area, but I think we're just going to see a retake of the corner by Gian Albano. And we'll see if he can get a quality ball in there. Aidan Bryce, one of the main targets. Trevor Zvetslut as well. And very good header defensively there, but it goes back to Albano. It was from Ruthven originally, and Albano looks to get around that man. And Harry Noon back doing his share of defending. Aidan Bryce with the switch off the shoulder of Sete, but it went through to Zvetslut, so
it's a horrible ball, Steve, to be fair. I mean, it's
just didn't have enough legs.
No.
This is Duzel with a bit of space. Speaking of space, Matthew Breeze has found a pocket here, and he's picked out Semakula, but couldn't get the ball going in the direction he wanted to. Glavan going forward on the charge. He's corralled by Noon. Semakula and Duzel. Round of applause there from Zvetslut, who was happy to receive that pass. Just going through a bit of a cagey period in the game at the moment, Craig.
To be fair, Steve, Knights are doing exactly what I would expect them to do, and they're keeping the ball. They're winning, so they need to keep the ball and make Altona Magic chase the ball, and by them then chasing the ball is when the space will open up and the opportunities will come for them. So doing exactly what any good side in their position would do.
And perhaps drawing 1 or 2 fouls like that one by Charlie Fry, and he becomes the first man to go into the book tonight.
Yeah, and a free kick wide on the far touchline. Looks like Matthew Breeze is going to get this one into the box. A bit of an in-swinger, or maybe not, maybe it's short. We'll see in a few seconds. And as I said, it's short, and now it's gone into Duzel into the middle of the park. Back to Lockie Weir.
Leah looking for Sete. Can use his pace here against Zvetslut. Still he goes, jostling for position. Good battle between these two. Zvetslut got the sliding tackle in, and eventually Weir got across to help out, make the clearance.
Yeah, he's done well there, Sete. As I said, he's as you said, Steve. Sorry, he's got a fair bit of pace behind him, and he's not a weak lad either. He's quite strong. Got bullied a little bit there, but managed to get a throw in for Magic deep in the Knights half.
So can Altona mount some pressure on our leaders in this match? Melbourne Knights. Away by Breeze. Fry looking to get the ball under control. Twisting and turning out there. Can't find Sete. Duzel does very well there. Does Anthony Duzel. And the nutmeg by Breeze. Well, the whistle may have gone just before it, but it was still a good nutmeg all the same. Hello to Santino from Geelong West. He's tuning in.
There he is.
Enjoying the call. Well, we hope you're enjoying your Friday night, Santino.
Hope he's been to the gym today, Steve. I'd be very disappointed if he hasn't. I haven't seen anything on Facebook or Instagram of him at the gym.
I'm sure he snuck in a visit there to the local gym on Paco, but he was too busy today to post it to his socials. As Craig pointed out, the Melbourne Knights looking good. Really good game management, sitting on their 1-0 lead in a proactive way with a lot of possession.
Yeah, very well organised. One thing that Babbage has done is made them very well organised this season, Steve. They don't give a lot away at the back. Very strong, very experienced. When they do get the ball, as we're seeing here, they don't force it. They keep the ball. Start again and keep recycling it until the opportunity arises. It's good game management, as you said.
Fry wins the header there. Directs it to Lucas. Leah. Harrison Reeves. Here's the danger man. He has to backtrack though. Michael Lee with a chance to shoot. And, well, it was almost one of those ones where the old cliche, not really a cross, not really a shot, and Chris Lucas was coming in at the back post, but it really didn't threaten Thomas Manos, and Chris Lucas couldn't make it. But the man who made it all happen there, Harrison Reeves, he is the man that the Knights need to keep a close eye on for me in this second half if they want to hang on to the 1-0 lead.
Yep, as I said, Steve, he's the man for me that can create something, and he's been playing in State League 1. He must have looked like a world beater in State League 1 if he's able to do what he's done in the first 50 minutes of this game. He's a very clever footballer. First time I've seen him. Very, very clever. Very small player. Technically very good. Low centre of gravity and has got a fantastic left peg.
It is fascinating. You just wonder if is there any other Harrison Reeves out there 3 tiers below this level, and he can come in and perform man of the match performance last week on debut for the Magic. Here he is there. His touch goes to Lee. And Pasevsky.
There's the difference there, Steve, between, where Knights are in their game management and where Magic are. And that'll come, around, results and, where they are, mentally as well, having not won a game. That all has a big bearing on how you perform. But Knights certainly the far more composed.
That's right. It's been a tumultuous season so far. Only 8 games in for the Magic. Still chasing their first win. Obviously, they started the season with John Markowski at the helm for the first 4 weeks before he was out the door. They had technical director Archie Davis in charge. And now, as of last week, it's Nick Kovacevic is the man at the helm.
Yeah, he's come along from State League 1 side Westgate, Steve. As we saw last week on social media, that the ex-Altona Magic coach in Goran Lowanowski is the new coach of Westgate. So a little bit of roles reversed there.
Yeah, the merry-go-round continues, and the great Goran Lowanowski doing his thing there at Westgate. So State 1 be a difficult team to come up against. Coached by Goran, a great player in his day and a good manager these days.
And one of our co-hosts this evening for the Northcote and Moreland Zebras game, Steve, which is being streamed live on Football Victoria also.
He He is indeed on the call. It's good to see players or ex-players and coaches getting involved with the coverage, because the special comments, they can add a lot of value because they know what they're talking about.
Absolutely, you'd think so. And just as I said that, Moreland Zebras had a goal disallowed. Flashed up on my screen here that they were 1-0, but the goal got cancelled off, so it's still 0-0 there at CB Smith Reserve. I'm very sorry I said State League 1. Thanks to my good friend Kevin Thurmer, who's acknowledged and put me right back in my place and told me that actually Westgate are a State League 2 side. So thanks for that, Kevin. I believe you'll be playing them this year, so look forward to seeing how you get on against Goran and his team.
Now, here's Albano, as we just break from that conversation, galloping down the left-hand side, looking to go around Archibald. Still he goes, John Albano, and he just runs out of room there at the northern end of Knight Stadium. As you mentioned, Kevin there. Kevin also mentions that Harrison Reeves dominated State 1 for ages, but NPL clubs weren't interested in having a look. So, well, that times have changed now, and he has been signed up. And a crafty little flick there towards Mikulic by Matthew Breeze, but it was just a little bit too slick, and it ran through to Chris Oldfield. Yeah,
and it makes you wonder, Steve. We talk about your recycling of players in the A-League. Harrison Reeve there, as Kev said, has been around State League 1 for a number of years, and nobody's taken a risk on him. At Magic have, and he's joined the club, and you just wonder how many players out there in the lower leagues of NPL and even lower than NPL that actually have got the skill set and the ability to play at a higher level, but just not given the opportunity.
Well, it is one of those things in Australian football, the attributes that we value when we select squads and give opportunities for players to receive the best coaching. And if you are going on technique, I would say Harrison Reeves is right up there with the best in this division. His technique is exemplary, and he's certainly not there through his size and physicality. But, well, speaking of someone with both of those attributes, it looks like we're going to see a double sub here, and John McShane, he's ready to come on, and I believe the man next to him is also, being a tall fellow, that must be Jonas Markowski. So just confirmation there, John McShane on for Jamie Pasewski, so that will be a tactical switch. We're taking off one of the back three for an attacker, and Harry Noon has had an early mark, and he's been replaced by Jonas Markowski, the man who scored 2 assists last week. Scored 2 assists? He had 2 assists, made 2 assists perhaps.
Yeah, and I think that goes, I would imagine now that maybe our Magic will look to go at a back three, Steve. Certainly 2 up top, or maybe even 3 up top with Nicolas Sette out on the wide. And if that's the case, they're going to get it done very, very quickly.
Well, here's Albano.
Oh, that's dreadful.
Well, he did everything right until the finish there, Craig.
That's dreadful for someone of his experience there. You just, but I think that's what's gonna happen if they are going 3 at the back. They are now going to get caught because they haven't got a lot of pace at the back there, Steve. Magic. This could be anything in the next 10 minutes. We could have a grandstand. But said it only needs 1 goal, and when you've got McShane and Jonas Markowski, who looks to have gone out to the right hand side, and Nicolas Sette through the middle with John McShane. Well,
last week, manager Nick Kovacevic did a great job of reshuffling the cards to get the team back into it. And we must mention as well that due to some transposing arrows drawn on the team sheet on the call, we gave all the credit to Savas Patikis, who also did do a good job, but we must give a shout out to the man who is officially the head manager, as confirmed when I had a chat to Jonas Markowski post-match last Saturday night, that Nick Kovacevic is indeed the head coach of the Magic after some ambiguity had occurred in the lead up to that, and we'll give him full credit for their comeback last week.
Well, he needs to pull a rabbit out of the hat again tonight, Steve, if he's going to get the same results. What I'm seeing at the moment is that I think Knights will probably go on and get another 1 or even 2 as we stand. As the ball goes into the box, it's pulled back, and it's a good block. But they're certainly going for it now, Magic, as they have to. So it's watch this space.
Yeah, well, we've definitely gone well over an hour now into this game, so it's time to see what they can muster up. I suppose at least, unlike last week, they're only 1 goal down as opposed to 2, but a little bit stiffer opposition perhaps this week as, well, the Knights, they've had a few chances to ice the game. Albano moments ago, and Caleb Mikulic there looked like his shot was almost blocked by his teammate Trevor Semakula there as he side-footed that one just a moment ago.
Just some scores from around the grounds for you, Steve. Melbourne Knights here at Knight Stadium leading Altona Magic by 1-0. Down at Port Melbourne leading Avondale still by the solitary goal, and that's still 1-0. Bentley Greens 0-0 with Oakley Cannons, and Dandenong City have just taken the lead at home against Green Gully. So that'll be if it stays like that, that'll be a much needed win for Dandy City. And in NPL1, the Moreland Zebras have taken a 1-0 lead in the 22nd minute against Northcote City.
So as it stands on the live ladder, the current scorelines will see Altona Magic plummet to the bottom, as we've just seen the yellow card shown there. John Albano is protesting it. Jonathan Barrero is showing conviction with his decision to show the yellow card. So Altona, they've got a bit more up front to aim for aerially now too, with the height of John McShane. Archibald's ball, and big collision there between keeper and defender, and we hope they're both okay. It was Zvetslut and Manas, and it looks like Zvetslut has come off the worst of the two as the trainer is called here, and we're going to have a slight delay.
Yeah, I think he landed awkwardly, and then to counteract that, he had Chris Oldfield land directly on top of him as well. So, but he looks to be okay. Oh, he's back down again.
Well, the ball hung up in the air. It wasn't the ideal ball. It didn't favour the Altona attackers, and Manos was out strongly to collect, and Svetslu just couldn't really get out of the way, and he copped a bit of a knee right in the back there, where you would prefer not to receive that kind of contact. And, well, great night for football here. Very low wind, if at all, if any. Players pausing for a drink over on the bench.
It's a fantastic night for football, Steve. You're looking at the trees there behind the goal and the north end there, and they're just not moving. It's just superb. The corner flags are not moving. It's a superb night for football. Very, very different to this time last weekend when I think you were getting soaking wet and I was getting soaking wet, and it was a horrible weekend. But hey, welcome to Melbourne.
That's right. We've had an interesting autumn so far. 30 degrees over the Easter weekend, down to about 13 last week. Now Matthew Breeze is on the charge here into the penalty area. Matthew Breeze squares it up, and Mikulic can't. In fact, it was Duzel couldn't take the chance. No, it was Mikulic. My apologies. Mikulic couldn't take the chance. It's a good save by the feet there of Chris Oldfield. I'll have to get those guys different haircuts, Craig.
I certainly know it was Matthew Breeze. But again, another fantastic opportunity, and you know, the second goal's coming for Knights for sure. You know, with the way that Magic have now set up. Maybe it was a little bit early to go three at the back, but I suppose they had to do something. But it's certainly gonna open them up at the back as we found out, and really should have been 2-0, Steve.
Well, Altona can consider themselves fortunate that they're still only a goal down in this one, which they can turn around very quickly.
But they haven't been out of it, Steve. You know, that's the thing. They haven't been as the second ball comes back onto the pitch, and I'm sure the referee's going to stop play very shortly. But yeah, as I say, Magic haven't been out of this game. You know, they've been in it, but unfortunately they copped a goal from a mistake, and that's really the last opportunity they've had.
It is, as Albano storms forward again, and very timely tackle by Archibald. Looking to counter quickly, He uses Leah. And the pass fortuitously finds its way to Harrison Rees, who sprays the ball out to the left, but that's not his best effort, that one, and it runs beyond Chris Lucas and through to Thomas Manos.
Yeah, I can see why people didn't take a punt on him, Steve. Hey, that awful ball that one awful ball he's played today. Yeah, everybody's allowed one, aren't they?
That's it, yeah. Certainly not subscribing to the theory of being judged on just one particular moment. As Mikulic and Albano combined nicely, but they couldn't find the overlapping Weir. And now Weir gets onto the ball, and he's storming towards the byline. Lockie Weir. Still he goes, looking for options. He's just going to come back to Albano.
That's because he hasn't got a right foot, Steve.
He's got a damn good left.
He's got a left foot, but Lockie Weir hasn't got a right foot, and he'll kill me when he sees me. But yeah.
It's definitely good to see two Weirs now in NPL Victoria in the top tier of the competition. And their biggest fan, their mum, she's here tonight. She was waiting outside the gates before they were open to get in. Shout out to her for her dedication. Moving down from Queensland, living closer to her boys who are starring in NPL Victoria. And Chris Lucas is through on goal. Can he finish?
Oh.
Saved by Manos. Spread himself ideally there, and Lucas couldn't find a gap.
Yeah, great effort, great break. A fantastic ball from Nick Sette, I think. Great ball through behind the defenders there, and the goalkeeper made himself very big, and it's a corner to Magic on the far side. And they're all the Melbourne Knights players back behind the ball. Just looking at the touchline, Stephen, looks as if there's going to be another substitution shortly for Knights.
Now, Leah on the ball, and we had Markowski won that header from the earlier corner. It couldn't send it on target, but it was still a good effort from the corner from Sete, and we've got a foul right in front of the technical area, and it's always an inflammatory place to give away a foul because there's so many there ready to play jury, and the yellow card comes out. I think that time it was for Archibald.
Yeah.
And we're going to see another one. Nicholas Sete has been booked as well, looks like for back chat, which is something we've seen before in his game, in games we've commentated, Craig.
Yeah, it's the one thing that he needs to get out of his game. He's a young lad. He's got fantastic ability, but it's that petulance that will come back to haunt him when he looks back over the next few years. And certainly from a coach's point of view, it's something you hate, Steve. You know. To get booked for a tackle is one thing. To get booked for petulance and back chat to a referee or an official is something that really annoys coaches.
So slight delay here as we wait for the substitution to take place. It is for the Knights. It looks to me from this side appears to be the figure of Nikola Jurkovic. We'll just wait for confirmation on that. Shout out to Gina, who says, great save, Tom. And James, who says that Archibald is Mr. Reliable back there. Well, his performances this season have backed that up. And we're ready for that change.
Yeah, it's a strange one. It looks as if Matthew Breeze is coming back off the pitch, having come on in the first half. He's now being taken off. For, as you said, Steve, Nikola Jurkovic, who's going to come on to replace him. What do you make of that?
There you go. Well, we might have to just get our touchline reporter to keep an eye on Matthew Breeze and see if there's any ice being applied or anything there, because it's a strange one. Tactically, though, it does mean that the Knights can shore up their defence, because their defence was breached just moments ago when Chris Lucas got through one-on-one with Thomas Manos. So Jurkovic, he hasn't featured very prominently since his send-off back in round one. Gets a chance here. The former North Geelong Warrior. He's one of a couple out there on the field now.
Yeah, just looking over at the bench here, Steve, to see whether there's any action with the physio and Matthew Breeze, and there's some certainly ice come out of the first aid kit. So maybe it is an injury. Maybe it's a. Yeah, looking at where he's just put that ice, it looks like a tight hammy. So obviously a substitute, an injury-forced substitution, should we say.
Now, here's Mikulic. It's a good first touch. It takes him past Ruthven. Mikulic, can he finish it? And again, another one-on-one chance goes begging in this game.
Well.
What a save, Oldfield.
Fantastic save, but again, 1v1. That's why he's the best keeper in the leagues, Steve. He's very, very experienced. But again, 1v1. Should have scored there, Steve.
Not the first time we've said that about an attack in this second half. It's remarkable. We could have seen, no exaggeration, we could have seen at least 3 goals since half-time in this one.
Well, I hope it doesn't come back to rue, Steve. It's that second goal is crucial. It's one slip by a Melbourne Knights player or a great through ball or whatever it is, one opportunity, and it could be 1-1. And they could be looking at the end of the day of the rude opportunities that they've missed.
And we saw last week with that John McShane, he really only needed one opportunity, and he received the ball, turned and put it away to punish Dandenong City last Saturday night in the 94th minute. Here's Vetsloot storming out of the defence, and he's put this ball through, and Semakula, well, just for half a second there, it looked like he might have been able to run that one down, but of course, the pace on the ball. Run it through to Oldfield, who's looking pretty good in goal at the moment, you have to say, for the Magic. As Markovsky gets a touch there, the substitute. And Vince Leah will just come back, and Altona can reset here. They've got a lot of men in front of the ball now. They started with a back 5 almost. Now it seems like they've almost got a front 5 at times, with a lot of players ahead of the ball. So I fancy we're going to see Charlie Fry and Troy Ruthven playing a lot of aerial balls up towards their attackers. And here's one now. McShane jumping with Bryce.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, Steve. I think that's definitely what's going to happen. The balls are going to be put into the big man up front, and they're going to look for that aerial balls now for sure.
Well, we're going to get ready for a corner kick here, taken by Nicolas Sete. Puts up the 2 hands and his traditional stuttering approach into the back post. Away by Bryce. In by Ruthven. And good claim by Manos.
Yeah, fantastic claim. Just a big shout out to everybody that's listening. A big game tomorrow at George Cross Soccer Club, Steve. It'd be remiss of me not to mention it. They play Altona City, and not only is it a Maltese derby, a local derby, said that, but it's also a game in memory of the late Eddie Gauci, who sadly passed away last year. There's a president's lunch, and if you're around in the George Cross City Vista area tomorrow and you can get to the game, I'm sure it'll be a cracker as George Cross look to continue their unbeaten run in State League 1, Steve.
Yeah, they are looking fantastic so far, and a very worthy occasion of getting along to tomorrow at City Vista. As the Melbourne Knights, they've won the corner here, and we're just going to go short here to McGarry. And we're all waiting for the cross. It's not forthcoming. Duzel combining there with Albano. And the Knights doing their best to maintain possession here. Ball over the top. It's going to run through to Michael Lee, who's Mr. Versatile for Altona. He's switched from left wing back. He's now operating over on the right-hand side. Someone else is operating on the right-hand side, and that's for the Knights. Is Glavan playing the ball through to Semakula, looking to get around Ruthven. Semakula twisting and turning, showing some flair. Nearly went through 2 of them. And fancy might have been fouled there. The referee indicates, I think that's a signal for advantage. Yeah. Yep. Semakula would be offside if he plays this one.
Yeah, good decision from the referee there. You can hear the supporters below us voicing their anger at the referee's decision, but I think it was the right decision. The ball had been played. Melbourne had the ball, Knights had the ball in possession, and the referee played a good advantage. Unfortunately, it came to nothing.
All right, Harrison Reeves getting on the ball. Is it his time to shine again like last week? Lee, now he's back out on the left again, Michael Lee. As I said, he's a man who's had many positions for Altona this season. He's missed a fix that he can slot in. Lucas. First time passing going on in the centre of the park for Altona. Lee. It's an aerial one, and two of them jump at it. It's hoofed away there by Bryce. Finds Mikulic. Inside is Duzel. And here's Semikula, and he just needed a good first touch. That one got underneath. Semikula, can he fake Fry and get around him? Well, he waits for support with glove on. And Semikula, it's blocked by Lee. And good touch there. Chris Lucas, he's on the charge. He's got Sete to his left and McShane to his right, and he found neither of them there, Craig.
No, that's poor. A great run into space. I think he was looking for John McShane to run in behind, but that's not McShane's game. And the ball went into the goalkeeper. But I think Vince Lear is down here. Is it? No, it's
Harrison Reeves is the man.
Yeah.
He's been helped back up to his feet.
I think he was told, wasn't he?
Yeah, get up. We haven't got time for this.
Yeah.
So we've only got less than 10 minutes to go of regular time here. We hope you're enjoying this one wherever you're tuning in. Perhaps in a moment we can ask for your thoughts on man of the match in this one. And keep those comments coming in. We'll do our best to read them out. Hello to Joel and Millie enjoying this game in East Geelong tonight.
Nick Antonovsky here saying that next week Preston play North Sunshine Eagles. 5,000 Preston supporters. Good, come to see some good game. Go Preston. Well, I'm sure they will be a fantastic crowd up there next week, and we'll look forward to seeing that on all the socials. And Altona Magic have just made a substitution there, Steve. Just trying to find out who's coming on.
Confirm that for you in a moment. You can see the number 11 jersey out there. Now, that number was worn by Stefan Ristic, but on tonight's team sheet, I'm not sure if it's an anomaly of the white away uniform, but that is David Trajanoski out there.
He's come on to replace the injured Harrison Reeves there, who was probably the only player that was looking sharp out there, and again he's injured, so I'm not sure how that will affect the Magic now, but they certainly need to do something in the last couple of minutes of this game.
Well, the injury toll's been high here, and Fry, who I believe is already on a yellow card, he pulled back Semikula there, but he was able to continue, so he'll get away without sanction. Which would have seen him sent to the change rooms early. Lockie Weir combines with Albano. Knights enjoying possession. Jurkovic and Duzel. Bryce for Glovan. He's got a bit of a channel in front of him. He just makes a foray into, but perhaps it was a bit of a trap set by the Magic as they can come again here through Nicolas Sete. Nice ball inside for Leo. He looks to make the switch out wide. Jonas Markowski is motoring down there. Uses the body to get rid of Lockie Weir. Sole the foot control. Serves him well, and then eventually not so well as he concedes the goal kick.
Yep, great ball from Vince Lear, I think it was, that played that first ball over. And unfortunately, Jonas Markowski couldn't deal with that, and it's a throw-in, I think, to Melbourne Knights, and a player down injured in the corner there. I'm not sure who that is, Steve, from where we are. It looks like Lockie Weir.
It is Lockie Weir, and the trainer was running out.
Yeah, he's probably pulled apart in, I expect, or
was sprinting out with urgency, but it looks like he's going to jog it off there, Lockie Weir. So yeah, I guess they brewed him top up in Queensland.
Yeah. I think he pulled a hairstring, Steve. I think he's running. Look at him. He's running around like as if nothing's happened. So he's going to be crucified when I see him later on in the week.
Well, perhaps he was worried that he might have been burned by that sole-of-the-foot touch by Jonas Markowski.
Goal alert here from Oman Brenton Ray. Green Gully have just equalised down at Frank Holloran Reserve, and it's 1-1 just before half-time against Dandenong City.
Well, Altona will be able to breathe a sigh of relief, at least in terms of not sitting on the bottom of the table if that result stays as it is.
And in State League NPL2, Steve, Northcote City take the lead against Moreland Zebras up at CB Smith Reserve. 2-1 having been a goal down. So as we stand, it's Northcote City 2, Moreland Zebras 1.
There you go. So much football to try and keep tabs on your Friday night all across Melbourne. Aidan Bryce has got Sete to try and hold at bay. Looking for Semakula. Semakula's got a bit of a running battle with Charlie Fry going at the moment.
Yeah, he's never going to beat Charlie Fry in a battle for size, is he?
He's a strong boy, the former Melbourne Victory youth player. And it's good to see him getting a run back in the starting 11. He's been frustrated being left on the bench for several weeks since he made a couple of starts earlier in the season, and I think he started every game last season. And
he's onside.
Mikolic is onside here. He's got Semakula in the middle. It's Caleb Mikolic, wide of the target.
Yeah, Nick Babbage just looks away in, I'm not sure whether it's disgust, disappointment, but they really should be out of sight, Steve. They should be 4 or 5 now, and certainly I think it'll be back in on Monday morning, and it'll be shooting practice, I think, because as I said, they should be out of sight now.
Yeah, they've managed this one well. Just like a little bit of composure in front of goal. I haven't seen a game with so many one-on-ones this season in NPL Victoria. None of them have been converted. Well, one was Alan Webb. That is the decisive goal and the decisive moment of the match. Alan Webb in the 29th minute, set up by Trevor Semakula. As the Knights fans, they know that the final whistle is nigh. They're finding voice here on the Scoria terraces right in front of us. As Archibald wins the ball back. Urgency increasing for the Magic. Trajanowski charging forward. The substitute runs into a brick wall. Zvetslut.
He's offside there, yep.
And Veslut might have just copped one in the eye after he played that long diagonal pass. Or perhaps in the mouth. And he's just sat himself on the grass. He's up again now. Jonathan Barrero, he's done a good job.
Yeah, he's had a good
tonight.
Game. Yep. He had a good game. I was joking with him before game that we're going to abuse him online tonight. But fair play to the young man. He's had a very good game. Kept his cards in his pocket. Steve let the game flow in the first half. Issued a few in the second half, quite rightly, and had a very good game.
That's right. You could tell the officials were going to have a good game. They were chilling out in the referees' room beforehand, just pumping some tunes, similar to what the players do these days. So that might be the approach to just calm the nerves and get the referees to settle and enjoy the game just as much as the players. As the Knights are reverting to their defensive shape now. They've got a line of 5 across there since they brought on Nikola Jurkovic, that extra body in defence to negate the aerial threats. And Jurkovic is called to action now. He's defending against Jonas Markowski. And they both go to ground. Referee's got to make a call here, and he's decided to let play go on. That's his call, play on.
Yeah, the linesman was right in front of that, and he didn't put his flag up, so play on.
So often you see those incidences in professional football where 2 players will go to ground, and no one is really at fault more than the other, but they always make a snap decision. Not in this instance. That's the beauty of NPL Victoria, just letting the play go. No knee-jerk decisions and no VAR delays. As the linesman on the far side there, he saw the foul this time. And Gian Albano was pushed to the floor. So Knights won the free kick in the defensive position there. As we're going to see another change for the Knights. Looks like Caleb Mikolic has run out of chances to score a goal tonight, unfortunately for him. And it's going to be young Jack Marth, so an attacker for a defender for the Knights.
Yeah, that's a little tap on the head for him. He's not very happy at being, but that's probably more so than the chances that he's missed, Steve, more than anything else. And looks as if Jack Marth's going to come into a right midfield role here.
Yeah, Jack Marth capable of playing right back, and in this instance right midfield, 18 years of age.
Ooh. Yeah, that hurt. That's a ball straight in the face there.
I'm wearing headphones. We heard it from here through the headphones, so that can't be good.
Yeah.
As just starts to boil over a little bit for the first time tonight, as we're about to find out how much time we have added on in this one.
Can't believe it's 45 minutes gone, Steve. It's gone really quick, and it tells you how enjoyable the game has been, certainly to commentate tonight. And it certainly doesn't seem 45 minutes ago we were down at the bar and I was getting myself a drink because you didn't buy one in the first half for me.
Just let that silence hang for a moment there, Craig.
But no, it's been a great game. Fantastic advert for NPL football. Both sides really playing some nice stuff. I think it just lacked a little bit of composure in parts for Knights. As I said, they could have been outside, but certainly Magic have done okay. Just lack a little bit in something going forward, I think. But that may change over the next couple of weeks. And John McShane there with a fantastic header. Ooh, and it's a big challenge there by Jukovic with young Jonas Markowski. He doesn't mind putting himself about, let me tell you. Chip off the old block.
So that ball given away there, and another chance. Markowski plays it through. And could that be the moment in this match that turns things around? Would you believe it? Chris Lucas has got on the end of it, and he's scored his first goal in Altona Magic colours.
And there it is, Steve. Last couple of minutes again, as the referee's just about to put his board up for 5 minutes of extra time. So have they pulled a rabbit out of the hat in the last minute again, Steve, for the second week in a row? But a mistake there from Magic in the middle of from Knights in the middle of the park, turned the ball over, and a great little chip over the goalkeeper from Lucas. 1-1 with 5 minutes of added time to go, Steve.
Well, you wouldn't read about it. 2 weeks in a row. Injury time equalises by Altona Magic. And Albano's got a chance here. Gian Albano goes to ground.
Oh, no.
And the referee has decided to give a penalty kick.
No.
Albano, he went down under the challenge. It was shoulder to shoulder with Charlie Fry. And Jonathan Barrero came from some metres away to charge in and point to the spot.
Well, if it is Charlie Fry and he's given a penalty, Steve, it's going to be a red card as well because he's already been booked. So let's see what the referee does here. But that looked a very, very soft penalty from up here where we are. Just going to try and have a look at it on the replay. But it certainly looked like a soft penalty for me.
And we've got a bit of a situation in the middle of the field. There's some afters going on. A few Knights players. And the only man flying the flag for Altona in that fight was John McShane. I think he could probably take a couple of them, though. So the Knights, they've coughed up the lead, but they've been given a late reprieve. And it's up to Gian Albano to win the match for the Knights from 12 yards against Chris Oldfield. Albano finishes, and that should be the 3 points now. Albano tucks it away to the left of Chris Oldfield. Fine finish there. And they take the lead 2-1.
Yeah, great penalty. Look, we unfortunately don't have the advantage of having big screens everywhere. We'll take it that it was a penalty, but certainly from up here in the commentary box, it looked a soft penalty. But the referee's given his decision, and it's 2-1 to Melbourne Knights, no less than 30 seconds after Magic got the equaliser, Steve.
Well, the composure there by the goal scorer, Gian Albano, to score his third goal of the season. 3 goals in the 8-game season so far against an experienced goalkeeper of the quality of Chris Oldfield, who many of you have voted as your man of the match tonight. Regardless of the penalty award, that is a fantastic effort under pressure by Gian Albano to score what we think could and should probably be the winning goal.
Well, we've got 3 minutes left, Steve. Anything can happen. So, Magic have to go for it now, and that's a reckless challenge.
Well, Semikula's in trouble here because the referee's reaching for his back pocket.
Yeah, that's a nasty challenge, and it's all boiling over now in the last couple of minutes here, Steve.
Well, the yellow card's been shown. I saw him reaching for the back pocket and assumed the colour of the card may have been another one. Nicolas Sete was sent to the floor. It was a strong challenge.
And absolutely no need for the challenge. The two went up. No need. He's going away from goal. Just no need for the challenge whatsoever.
So it does present Altona Magic with a good chance from the set piece here. And you wonder if Chris Oldfield is considering, he's had a great game.
Would top it off with a goal, wouldn't it?
Why not? He's the record holder of clean sheets in the NPL era of Football Victoria's competitions. Get himself on the score sheet. Well, looks like he's remaining back just inside his own half, out of your picture there. And
fasten your seatbelt, Steve. This could go ballistic if this goes in.
Well, it's all about the quality of the ball by Troy Ruthven. Puts it into the area, and Manos gets a hand to it, and he's adjudged to have been fouled there. And there's a couple of Knights players going down. Trevor Zvetslut has, not for the first time tonight, after a collision in the penalty area, gone down from an aerial, after an aerial ball was dealt with.
Yeah, and Ross Archibald gets a yellow card on his way past for saying something to the referee. Obviously some unpleasantries, and Ross Archibald goes into the book as well. So James Baxter, get out of jail card played by Knights. So I think you're spot on. I think your comment just before that was don't take your chances, you drop points. And fortunately for Knights, they got a penalty, and it looks like it's going to be all 3 points here at Knights Stadium for the home side.
Yeah, we've gone over 6 minutes now in injury time, so it's only a matter of seconds left here at Knights Stadium. Feel like just when Altona thought they'd pulled out another injury time equaliser, just like last week. Well, the Knights had other ideas, converting from the spot. Is there one last chance? Here's Jonas Markowski. He's dragging it round, and he's lost control of it. Semikula uses his body very well there. Well done by Trevor Semikula, and away by Weir. And we've got full-time Craig, and the Knights' winless run is finally broken as they get the 3 points under the Friday night lights here at Summer Street. A result that we thought they had in the bag for a long, long time. Well, their lead was whittled away, and then 2 injury time goals, 1 against and 1 for, sees them maintain a 1-goal lead to win 2-1 tonight. Unbelievable stuff.
Oh, great game. Absolutely fantastic game of football. Pleasure to be here and watch it. It was, entertaining from start to finish. A lot of guts from both sets of players, and unfortunately, I think just like I said, a bit of unluck, I think, because we'll wait to see it on the replays from the NPL Victoria. But it seemed a very soft penalty. But well done to Magic. Another win at home. 3 points. Doesn't matter how you get there. If you miss a load of chances, but you end up winning, who cares? It's 3 points. So very enjoyable game, Steve. And
just seeing Craig, 13 shots on target for Melbourne Knights tonight. So everyone who suggested Chris Oldfield as your player of the match, well, that's a pretty good shout. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get the win. Opening goal in the 29th minute tonight by Alan Webb before injury time, where Chris Lucas found his first goal of his Altona Magic career, only for a penalty to be awarded, and it was Gian Albano who tucked it away past Chris Oldfield, and a great result for the Melbourne Knights as they can consolidate their spot in the top 6. And well done to them. And Steve Berbich, a great result as they come over to celebrate right here in front of us.
Yeah.
This is one of the good things about NPL Victoria, the fan engagement that you just can't buy at the fully professional level.
Yeah, no, well done, great win. I'm sure Steve Berbich will be very happy. Maybe not happy with the amount of chances that they had and didn't score, but he'd be happy that they've got 3 points and keeps them in touching place at the top of the league, Steve.
Very good. Well, the Melbourne Knights, they can look forward to some fixtures coming up next week against Green Gully on Friday night, followed by further Friday night games against Dandenong City and South Melbourne. They've also got that cup tie coming up against South Melbourne, while Altona Magic, they can look for a reprieve next week against Bentley, followed by fixtures against Eastern Lions and Port Melbourne. That's about all we've got from Knight Stadium tonight, Craig. It's been a pleasure to call this one with you.
No, thoroughly enjoyed it, Steve. Thanks for your expert commentary, mate, and look forward to the next one.
It's a pleasure, mate, and thanks for your expert special comments. Thank you for joining us at home. We hope you've really enjoyed this one. At full time, it's Melbourne Knights 2, Altona Magic 1. It's good night from Knight Stadium.
Good night.